The government has closed Australia's borders to non-citizens. We've also seen a dramatic increase in the number of cases, up to 700. We have quantitative easing implemented by the Reserve Bank. That is an historic move. The government is set to unveil its second stimulus package, including a $105 billion injection into the borrowing market. And we will see support for the airlines, but in an interview on Sky News, Treasurer Josh Frydenberg has not ruled out renationalising major industries, including the airlines. Here's a breakdown of the numbers so far. As we mentioned, the total number of cases has risen over 700. The New South Wales toll has come up to 307 cases. We can see here there are also 150 in Victoria, 144 in Queensland after another 40 reported last night. Tasmania has gone up to 10 after they've closed their borders. In the territories, the ACT has recorded just 3 cases. In the Northern Territory, just 1 as well. In WA, you can see there 52. The clock is ticking ahead of tonight's big border shutdown, which will ban foreign nationals from entering the country. Brendan Smith is at Brisbane International Airport for us. Brendan, there are still masses of Australians trying to get home.
There is indeed, Annalise. In Peru alone, there's around 170 Australians desperately trying to get home. But right now, they can't get a flight out of Lima, and the advice from authorities there is for them to get a chartered flight, which would cost upwards of $5,000 a ticket to get them there. Now, we do know that ban comes into place at 9 p.m. Eastern, meaning that the borders will be closed to all foreign nationals, meaning that only Australian residents, Australian citizens or their family members will be allowed in. In terms of how long this border shutdown will last, well, that remains to be seen. Let's hear from Josh Frydenberg, who was on First Edition earlier this morning.
We'll maintain those border restrictions until it is safe to lift them. And that has been always our approach, to adopt the best possible medical advice and to have that reflected in what we do, and that includes on our borders.
Does that mean 6 months, or could it be potentially a shorter time frame?
We'll put in place these measures to slow that spread, and there will be an end date. There will be the other side to all of this, but not even the health experts can put a definitive date on it.
We do know now that Qantas is helping out some stranded Australians, working with DFAT to ensure there will be enough flights to get more Australians home.
So we've kept the network in place until the end of March, so it gives a lot of seats for people to try and get home in the next couple of weeks. And we're currently talking to the Department of Foreign Affairs to get an understanding of how many Australians in each continent, in each location, want to get home. And we're working with them on putting on extra flights post the 26th, 27th of March, if the demand is there for them.
Now, of course, Annalise, we know this is going to cause major economic ramifications for Australia. The tourism industry and airline industry have already taken major hits, and it is important to note as well, everyone arriving back in Australia still need to self-isolate for 14 days, otherwise they could face jail time or a hefty fine.